Hi everyone, Sabrina Beer. Today is May 6th, 2020. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually bringing in my very first guest on my show, Collin. You want to say hi?
Hey guys, thanks again for having me back, Sabrina.
You're welcome. Do you want to reintroduce yourself and say, who you are, where you work?
Yes, so Collin Wasiak, I'm a realtor with Compass. I've been in the business for about 6 years, and ultimately, I have now fully closed my first 100% virtual closing and buyer.
So this is why I'm bringing Collin back, because I think it's really interesting. Over the past month, I haven't really been able to talk to that many people that have closed a contract from literally the beginning to the end, completely 100% virtual. So as a reminder, if you want to go back and listen to Collin's original video, we did it on the 8th of April. So that'll be there on my page. But to remind you is Collin had clients that he hadn't met yet, and they had to move. Where were they from? Seattle, I think.
Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, so they were moving from Seattle to the Chicagoland area, and it was a referral that Collin received. And he had to view the properties himself. That's what that video is about, viewing the properties and everything. And when we talked, he was in the middle of attorney review. So please tell me how the rest of attorney review went, how the final walkthrough went, how the closing went, have you met them yet? Tell me everything.
So I've not met them yet, but they did FaceTime me upon entering their home immediately after driving for a day and a half from Seattle to Chicago. But the inspection period, attorney review, it went pretty well. Ultimately, as I referenced in the first video, in lieu of any repair items that we saw, the sellers provided credit. This was also relocation, so they were a little bit more receptive to providing a credit rather than having third parties come out and take a picture of how to fix things. But attorney review was really easy for us. At the end of the day, it took probably around 9 days. The only reason why it took that long is because it was a relocation company. They were just a little bit slower to respond, but
Sure.
smooth sailing. We were able to get out of that and ultimately get a clear to close with their lender, which was done rather quickly. They had done everything up front, so it was a very smooth transaction. And upon going to the final walkthrough, where I still had not met them at that point, I basically said, guys, listen, same as usual. We had been, instead of calls, even if it was just checking in calls, we were FaceTime each other. So be prepared. Let's hop on a FaceTime. If you want, I can take a video too of the place to make sure you're good to go. And at that point, they had been, okay, bud, we've been through this house 100 times via FaceTime. We trust you. And at the end of the final walkthrough, they're very happy and they're pretty close.
So you went to the property for the final walkthrough and then FaceTime
yeah,
when you were there. Cool.
absolutely. Again, it took a little bit longer, but we walked through every room, we turned everything on, and they were very satisfied with it.
And so how then did they close, right? Because one of the things is that we need buyers' wet signatures on mortgages. So how'd they close?
Right. So, in particular, they had their father who lives in the state of Illinois, and he stepped in. So they gave him power of attorney, and in lieu of them being present or him being present with an attorney at the title company at the closing, what took place is that the attorneys contacted him, the father, as well as our clients, the buyers, and went through about maybe a day or two before all the documents, the loan itself, any document pertaining to what they should expect, and had a very firm understanding of what it was going to take to close and where to sign. Fortunately, the father had closed on a number of homes in his lifetime, so it was a very easy process for him.
Okay.
But it was him and the closer. That was it. So
Awesome.
it took about an hour and a half for them.
Sure. And so your attorneys went through all the documents via FaceTime or something like that with the buyers prior, and then the father actually did the signing with the power of attorney, and then they closed, and now they own this property. And are they living in it yet?
They are. So they, upon closing, they also were just exiting attorney review on their sale in Seattle. So they said, if we're good here, we're going to move over there. So they drove over and they FaceTimed me, and they had their whole family in there. And you could just see just the smiles on their faces. It was probably a lot larger of a home than they probably thought they were getting themselves into.
Oh, awesome.
So,
So that's
yeah,
great.
it's
So
pretty,
they're happy. And once we're out of
yeah,
quarantine, it sounds like you're going to go over there and hang out. I saw a
absolutely.
really amazing review that they left you on Zillow the other day. So congratulations on just
Thank you.
being being a advocate for your buyers and taking care of this for them. They had to move. They didn't have a choice. And you were able to do that all for them virtually. So congratulations, Collin.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Awesome, everybody. Well, thank you for seeing us today, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, Collin.
Take care. Bye bye.